Hey, Wastelanders. I don't know what I'm going to call this. I'm just going to call this maybe a look back at my old knives that I collected before 2020 and starting this channel. So, I think it's called the Fulcrum Flame. When I bought this knife, and I don't know when, it was a long time ago. It was Columbia River Knife and Tool used to spell their whole name out. I don't think they do that now. And it was the old logo. I think it was the old green logo with the mountains iconography or something. But I always liked the knife. I didn't carry it a lot on, but I always liked this cutout of the CRKT and the blade. You can see it there, and I always liked this everything about this knife. I like the flame cutout with the pocket clip, the scales. It's kind of funny. I always have to take this knife apart every now and then to clean off this because dust collects in here. But I recently cleaned it all out, so that's why it looks so shiny. I really like this knife, but it's kind of a fancy gas station knife, but it's not a gas station knife because I think it's quality. It doesn't say on here, but I'm pretty sure this was Oz 8 steel. It has a recurve. I normally don't like recurves, but on this knife I sort of like it. This mechanism, it looks like it's a liner lock, and it is a liner lock, but it has a unique opening system, and you've probably seen this before. It just, you grip up the pocket clip, and then you kind of push the knife left and then squeeze it together, and it opens. And then when you close it, you can see the shifting mechanism between the two scales, and it closes and it comes together again. And I've never taken this knife apart, so hence I haven't ever oiled it, and I don't even know if it's on washers. I'm pretty sure it's probably on washer because it's an old knife, and I don't think many bearing knife was made at this time. I always liked this knife, how it opens. I liked how it looked. I liked how it felt in the hand. It's a pretty small knife. Let me drag out my Spyderco Tenacious so you can see what the size. So you see, it's kind of a small knife. Let's check some specs on it. 3.99 ounces. So it isn't a light knife. You can see these scales or this liners are pretty thick. Yeah. I don't know if this is metal or not, but it doesn't feel like plastic. But it probably is. Checked it when I had it apart, but I didn't used to do knife reviews, and I didn't used to pay attention in the old days. So, it's like a 3-inch cutting edge, but overall it's like it's kind of funny because how the scales come. it's the cutting edge is a lot more than the knife length. So if you were to stick it in somebody, the knife would be maybe 2 7/8, but the cutting edge is a good 3 inches. So you gotta like a CRKT's billboarding. I think they do that still, but it isn't as bad as this. But I think this is the model numbers. I remember the model is it's on here, so the model number is 70 or 7406K, and I think the K stands for black blade, and I think this knife came in a satin blade, and it wasn't all blinged out like this version. I think this was like a silver in there, and it didn't have the rainbow colored scales, but don't hold me to that. I'm going off of memory. So I've never tried to do I can do one hand opening easily, but I've never tried to do the one hand closing. Naturally, I just assume to use two hands to close it, but you can still do it. You just have to depress the liner lock, and of course it's not gonna be a fidgetable knife because you can't shake it to close or anything. It's kind of a fidgetable knife opening, but closing it, I don't know if anybody could do that quicker, but that's how quick I can do it with one hand. So I used to be able to flick it out quicker, but I haven't carried this knife like in a good 10 years, so at least. It's probably longer, but I'm pretty sure I've had this a very long time. Anyway, I just want to do I'll probably call it Throwback Thursday. That's a good name for it. Throwback Thursday. I will be featuring knives that I collected before I became a serious collector. So thanks for viewing my old Fulcrum CRKT Fulcrum Flame. I gotta admit, all the knives I'll be showing you in the Throwback Thursday, they won't be as nice as this. Some of them will be absolutely hilarious. Take care, Wastelanders. I'm Gary, and I'm out.